well, here we are, Harborough Asylum. It sure does look like it lives up to its reputation. Oh my god. We can totally go with it's a dark and stormy night. I'd best try to find my way inside first. I'll only catch my death in this rain. Well, depending where it is, it's entirely possible. Okay, so we can move around with WASD or the arrows. Press escape or right mouse button to access the menu. I'll have to figure that out on my controller. Use the mouse cursor to examine your surroundings. If you find something of interest, press enter to interact with it. Okay, so... okay, so I'm inspecting my car. Is the car you drove here in? It seems to be perfect working order. Well, I hope so. Looking that nice. Okay, so B is my menu. I've got supplies, we have skills, we can't save right now, then we have options. Options are... I like instant text. Difficulty, we're leaving at that. NPC control is manual. And then supplies. We have 1 stimulant, 1 med kit, 1 tonic, and we have a 38 caliber. Okay. Skills. As seen in character creation, we have our stun shot and we have a crit shot. Talents. Investigate. Allows you to examine an object for clues. Use automatically when... Okay, so standard gameplay mechanic. And belongs to the Night Watchman. The back is locked with a simple padlock. Oh, that's unfortunate. Let's see what else is around here. There's a building with a door. We have our gate. I know he said he'd catch his death in this rain, but it's an RPG, and exploring all corners is normally the best thing to do. Now, why are these lamps off? The main entrance seems to be locked. A huge padlock has been chained to the door handle. The Night Watchman would probably know where to find the key to this door. Okay. Dozens of bricks are stacked together. Someone must have intended to do some construction here. Either that or they were cleaning up fallen walls. Okay, so there was the van. Jackson. The main entrance to the asylum is back the other way. I should check that first. Okay, so plot locked. Which makes sense. Probably don't want to get into any starting situation without knowing exactly what we're getting into first. So there's the other door. Okay, so that's the wall. Let's go in. We have our building and the candle looks like it was used not too long ago. Electricity must have only been installed here recently. So that's a button that controls the gate outside. There's no need to touch it right now. But what if I want to? Okay, so there is a person in here, but they can wait. Several novels line this shelf. None of them look like they've been touched in a long time. Alright, I figure this is the Watchman. Watchman, you must... The front door's locked. I need you to open it. But I did. What?
I'm sorry, sir. I've only got the 1 key. I'll give it to you, but it's more than my job's worth if it gets lost. Considering people have an habit of not coming back out of that asylum.
So why doesn't he just come in with me? Well then, what can I do?
The bloke what took my spare key a few nights ago was last seen heading to the juvenile ward. Given that he never came back, the key might still be...
No, I have no idea where it is. So, where can I find the juvenile ward?
It's in a separate building from the main part of the asylum. Just go past the entrance and follow the path around to the east. Eventually you'll find...
So we gotta turn around. Excellent, I will go there now. Or, well, omit the will. It's covered with a thin layer of dust. Tiny scratch marks are visible. Investigate them closely. The scratch marks appear to be evidence of writing left over from a document that has been removed. You can barely discern some names and a list of dates. Are these people who visited the asylum, perhaps? Gained 3 experience for successfully investigating a clue. Ooh. I like XP. Actually, considering I do play D&D on a weekly basis, and experience is really huge for character development, I'm not sure how much experience it's going to take to level up. So I guess we'll figure that one out together. Time to go back to where we got turned around. Wait, what was that? I wanted to look at the barrels. That was creepy. So on the billboard, staff memos are pinned up here. They are all faded out and out of date. Sorry, they are all faded and out of date. Yep. Nothing with these oil barrels either. There's a door, and I saw the arrow up top, but what's... okay. Let's see what this is. We have a keypad. There's a numeric keypad here. It looks like it controls the mechanical lock on the door. Okay, well, we'll investigate. 3 of the keys are more worn out than the others. It's likely they were pressed more often for some reason. Okay, that makes sense with usage over time. Investigate more closely. Okay, so 168. Nothing seems to have happened. It must have been the wrong passcode. Oh boy. The door is locked and it doesn't seem to have a keyhole. Alright, so if we go through eliminations, we have 186. Okay, watch this. I'm going to get it on the very last possible combination. So we have 681. Nope. Let's go over to 618. Nope. That one's closer. So 816. Haha! I was 1 off from the end. That's actually a change from normal for me. Let's go in and get out of the rain. Oh boy, it's still dark and scary. And if anybody actually read my review on Among the Sleep, I don't do well with dark or creepy things. So if I scream like a girl, regardless of... yeah, I make no apologies. So, investigating the bookcase. Several novels line this shelf, and none of them look like they have been touched in a long time. Well, they did say this was the juvenile ward, and let's be honest, kids barely read unless they're, you know, slightly more on the nerdy and geeky side, so I read a lot as a kid. If I overcompensate going down, that's just my trusty joystick after years and years of usage. A child-sized wheelchair is rusted with age. If this thing starts to chase me and turns into a combat, yeah. Found a notebook inside one of the drawers. So, supplies. Notebook. An empty notepad that allows you to save your progress when not inside of a save room. I'm guessing that's going to be very, very important to keep a hold of. So nothing to the painting, and nothing to the other part of the desk. Well, process of elimination, door number 1. So here we go. There's a bottle on the table. An empty chemical bottle. The label reads chloroform. Oh, because that, you know, that inspires a lot of confidence. That was a door? Okay, so that was a doorway. If we continue up, an uncomfortable-looking gurney, dried blood can be seen on the surface. I thought we were in the juvenile ward. Looks like the lamp does nothing. There that thing was again. I've got to stop moving so fast so I can actually take a look at what that was. Another rusty wheelchair, another bloody gurney, and door after wheelchair. Anything at this table? A switchboard that controls the mechanical locks on the cell doors. The wiring is broken and needs to be fixed before it will function again. Well, considering we have nothing, it looks like, yep, the doors are locked up tight and there doesn't seem to be a keyhole. Which also looks like there's a passage over here, which needs to be clicked on, can't just walk through. More blood, and that's not dry. The gurney's covered in fresh blood. Was someone being operated on here? I don't like that Wyatt Zergle thingy. A scalpel is discarded on the counter. The edge is tinged with red. The edge is tinged with red blood. Okay, I apparently like to omit words. The edge is tinged red with blood. There we go, I got it right. An ancient-looking book was left open here. The pages are covered in sinister-looking symbols. Oh boy. We are dealing with cultists, ladies and gentlemen. Another wheelchair. And can I make it through this side? No, I cannot. Going down and around, we have found the office key discarded on the floor. Ah! What the hell? Yeah, you know what? Let's go with the combat tutorial. This is a combat sequence. During combat, combatants take turns to attack each other to reduce their opponent's health, HP. When it is your turn, you have several options available to you. You may fire your 38 to perform an attack, use one of your skills or supplies, or you can block to reduce incoming damage. Each action you perform consumes stamina. You can regain some of your stamina automatically at the start of each turn, at a rate determined by your character's guts attribute. If you feel that the enemy is too powerful or you have been taken by surprise, you can also attempt to flee. If you are successful, you will escape combat with your life, but won't gain any experience points, XP. If you do manage to defeat your enemies, you will win some experience points, which you can spend at a save point to increase your character's abilities. Ah, now that's why we didn't see any experience to next level. Now it's up to you to defeat this enemy. Good luck, I think I'm going to need it. So Jackson will fire his gun at the carrion dog. Oh, that's just... Ooh, very nice. Defending took away guts, but, press shift to show target info. Hitting my keyboard. Ah, okay. So there are my stats. It's not sure stats. So if we go with skills, and no, I'm a detective. I wasn't. What did I just do? Ah, okay. So apparently hitting right on my joystick automatically performs actions. So Jackson is victorious. Gain 3 experience for defeating the enemy, and it just melted into the ground, leaving nothing of it behind. Jackson. So the legends about Harborough Asylum are true. This place is dangerous. I ought to be more careful from now on. Yeah. Let's do that. Okay, so we can see enemies on the screen. So, you know what? We're going to try Stun Shot, considering there are 2. There's 1 down, and it does damage, which is really good. Skills, crit... Nope, I'm out of stamina. Okay, so 1 down, 1 to go. I like the animations and the sound effects. And I do like that they do show the health bars underneath each. I found painkillers. Painkillers. Codeine pills that can restore 50% of a character's health. Well, that's convenient. Medical kit stocked with supplies this can fully restore. Ah, okay. So there's that looks like it's slightly different. So you know what? We'll use these painkillers because I think we're going to need them. So we have a Necrosaur and we have a... It's a big spider with a fancy name. I'm taking it out first. I'm an arachnophobe. I don't like giant spiders. Oh, good. So there's one. And yes, before anybody says anything, I'm more afraid of the spider than the giant mutated thingy, which has death in its name. I am victorious. And with that, I gained another 3 XP. Wait, what? How do I get 3 XP for defeating 2 enemies, but I got 3 XP for defeating 1 enemy? Unless it's just I got 3 XP for, oh boy, 1 combat, and it looks like they are beelining for me. And, stuff. Okay, so here we go with a crit shot. Okay. Time for supplies and the medkit. So I wonder if this is going to follow normal Cthulhu things in which if I die, I am going to come back to life, but instead of coming back to life, you know, with everything all in order, it's, oh boy. Yes, I was waiting for that. There's going to be insanity involved. So, big nope spider, I believe is the correct term, and oh, this is not going to end well. Yeah, I didn't think it was going to end well, and there, potent chemical that fully heals the user and boosts their combat abilities. There's only enough for 1 dose. Well, let's try not to die right now, so... I need to find an ally stat. So 19 and toast. However, I am completely out of healing items unless he drops painkillers, which he did not. Well, there's Narrow up there, so... But over here, the shelf is stocked with school books. They're decades out of date. Found the patient's diary on the shelf. Clues, patient's diary. A journal written by a patient in the juvenile ward. The pages are yellow with age. May 17th, 1913. The doctors let me out of my room today and told me that I can start going to school with the other children here. I've been locked up for so long that I found it too hard to keep up with the arithmetic, but I was still happy because I got to talk to the other children instead of just doctors for a change. May 19th, 1913. One of the doctors came into the classroom today to check up on me. He said he had heard I was falling behind and told me I could only come to school if I worked hard. I don't want to be locked up all alone again, so I asked the teacher to help me catch up with the other students. Her name was Miss Pilkington. Pilkington? And they say she is married to the head doctor here. Because of this, I was scared of her at first, but I needn't have worried because she is very friendly. She said she would help me study every day before class. I'm glad that she is so nice. May 22nd. Some of the children failed a writing test today, even though she didn't want to. Miss Pinkleton had to send them to the head doctor's office. They were terrified and begged Miss Pinkleton not to send them, but the doctor heard them crying from outside the classroom and took them away. Later, when I was being taken back to my room, I heard screaming coming from inside the operating theater. I hope I never have to go in there. May 24th. Today was Miss Pinkleton's 30th birthday. I gave her a flower I picked up from the grounds as a gift, but she was too sad to accept it. Earlier in the day, one of the other children got upset and made a scene of himself in front of the classroom. Miss Pinkleton said that the doctors had taken him away and that he wouldn't be coming back. May 30th. 6 children have now been removed from Miss Pinkleton's class, and I'm the only one left. She says it is important that I keep studying with her, and that I cannot do anything to make the doctors angry at me. I noticed that the door to the operating theater was open on my way back from my room today, so I took a peek inside. A child was sprawled out across one of the beds, and his body was cut open. June 3rd. I had a test today, but I couldn't focus and kept remembering what I saw in the operating theater. Miss Pinkleton tried to help me, but one of the doctors was standing in the room guarding us, so she couldn't do much. After I finished the test, Miss Pinkleton started crying and I had to be taken out of the room. I'll find out the results of the test tomorrow. June 4th. This entry is completely blank. I guess we can kind of assume what happened. There's a wooden box here. It is locked with a tiny silver padlock. Let's use the office key. I'm guessing the office key does not work on this. Okay, well, I guess we can always, on top of avoiding combat, because we are completely out of, there's another passageway there. Since we're out of supplies, to head back and, A, give back the key to the main entrance, or, B, find a save point, and hopefully the possibility of buying healing supplies. I am mildly regretting not taking the priest who had the ability to heal himself. Is there a run function? There is no run function. Okay. There we go. Well, he hasn't moved, which could be good or could be bad.
Come back again, have you? What do you need?
Considering I don't really have, what are those names on the desk?
What? You can still say those? I threw that list out ages ago. It was a roster of people what came in the asylum, mainly the owner and some friends of his.
Yeah, because that sounds, yeah. Alright, so from Jackson, an owner, this is private property?
Yeah, sure is. Not really a place to brag away in mind. The owner came here a few times. The owner just stopped recently. I couldn't tell you much about.
For the Watchman to not know much about the people he works for, no, I guess that'd be pretty standard. Thanks, I'll be going now, and, we have 14 HP and 18 XP. Here's hoping for a healing point soon, because otherwise this is not going to go over well. So the main entrance seems to be locked. A huge padlock has been chained to the handle. Let's try the office key. Office key? So we're still not getting in that door. Now I'm mildly confused. That's not the office. Hell, let's try the back of his van. Not even. Okay. Now I'm getting mildly worried. No save points. No health. And just Creepyville in the dark. Maybe I should check what was behind door number 2. The door is locked. A plate. Ah, the office key. With fresh blood. Another satanic book. A chair. And oh god. The notice board is covered in staff memos. One of them seems to be of interest. John. Pilkington's wife is holding on to the spare wiring for you. The passcode is her birth date. This cannot go well. They are totally following me. Found a bloodstained diary on the floor, and we have... His face is frozen in an expression of horror. The body looks at least a day old. Well, they explained the fresh blood. So, supplies. Bloodstained diary. Alright, June 16th, 1934. We have been toiling away in this godforsaken place for nearly 5 years now, and today we've finally made a breakthrough in our research. Simmons managed to pinpoint the date of the comet's passing, 3 nights hence, and we will finally be able to perform the summoning ritual. Oh, God. Our leader will make a pact with the Old Ones. Oh, boy, it really is Cthulhu. And we will rule over humanity. Okay, so the ravings of a madman. June 18th. Everything is prepared for the ritual tomorrow night. With the help of Simmons, I took the liberty of securing the flesh offering necessary to please the Old Ones. As this asylum has been abandoned for so long, we've had to resort to unorthodox means to secure ritual components. When it was operational, there were endless supplies of patients to harvest from, hence the operating theater. Despite this, the streets of London made a suitable hunting ground, and nobody should think to look for their missing loved ones here at Harborough Asylum. June 19th. I was an hour late to the summoning ritual due to being held up by a detective nosing around the campus. When I arrived at the asylum, I found it crawling with monsters. It is clear that the ritual succeeded, but something must have gone terribly wrong. As I couldn't find my colleagues, I stole the night watchman's spare key. I didn't get the chance to use it, though, as I was attacked before I could reach the main entrance. I decided to take shelter in the juvenile ward until the monsters lose my scent. I no longer care to search for my colleagues, and survival has become my main priority. Which is funny, because they were trying to summon the Old Ones. June 20th. The monsters entered the ward in the early hours this morning, searching for me. I managed to trap one of them inside one of the cells, and then I damaged the control panel to prevent any of those creatures from somehow finding a way to set it free again. Unfortunately, in the chaos, I dropped the spare asylum key on the cell floor, and now I seem to be stuck here. So now we know where to go pick up our key. June 20th. Night. I guess he really had nothing better to do than keep writing in his journal, huh? I've hidden myself in the doctor's office, so I think I'm safe for the time being. Outside this room, the ward is completely infested with those creatures. Surely someone will come and rescue me soon. The night watchman must have noticed something is wrong. Even if he doesn't, the professor will certainly. The rest of the page is drenched in blood. Which makes sense, because that thing is standing right beside me. Can I go around it? No, here we go. Here's hoping. Crit shot. Ooh, I dodged. I like dodging. One down, one to go, but the other one boosted its attack and its... what? Okay, so... I'll take it. And we found painkillers. We found double dose of painkillers. This means that we are still in the game. Well, obviously still in the game, but never mind. Yellow thingy. An ornament wooden cabinet is here. One of the compartments is locked with a simple lock. You would think having a .38 caliber and apparently unlimited ammo, I'd be able to bust it open. The desk has a nameplate reading Miss Pinkleton. There's a numeric lock on one of the compartments. We don't have her birth date yet, though, so... And the door crossing into the other hall. The door is locked with a huge padlock, but appears to be broken. If you could find a way to destroy it... you know what? To be... I don't know if we should go grab the other key through the monster-infested halls, or if to play it, you know what, we're going to play it really safe, and we're going to use the notebook. So we are saving into file 1, and I'm willing to bet that, yeah, no more notebook. There's another passageway. The door is locked with a simple lock. A small place card reads storage room. Okay, well, it looks like we're back out to the main hall and back through the other door.